G'day and welcome back to Duxilla Gaming and Farthest Frontier. Yes, that's right. We are taking on a new city building game today, Farthest Frontier. Farthest Frontier is currently in early access. It's brought to us by Crate Entertainment. It does have a couple of little bugs in it we've experienced, but generally, by and large, it does seem to be quite a good little game thus far. Detail in it is quite good, much akin to other games we've been playing recently, and we're looking forward to sharing this and getting stuck into it. Right, let's get into it and have a quick look. I'm going to go straight into new settlement. Now, I'm thinking what we're going to do again to show off the game as best we can. I'm going to start at the Pioneer level. I'm not going to go Trailblazer. I think our next playthrough will play as Trailblazer and go from there. Now we have it's a procedurally generated map, as I understand it, and you can just randomize your map, or you can actually end up playing. If you want to play the same map I end up playing on here, then you can choose that. Now the terrain, you set the terrain to Idyllic Valley, which is obviously the best. You can see by the arrows here, this indicates good and bad, or easy versus hard. So the easiest one's the Idyllic Valley. You then have lowland lakes, plains, arid highlands, alpine valleys, and you have random. Okay, I've done Idyllic Valley. I think we'll do Idyllic Valley because we do want to show everything off. I'm not going to go pacifist mode. Pacifist mode disables raiding parties, armies, and aggressive animals. We want to have all that in there, as much as it may cause us heartache. But yeah, we're going to go Pioneer, and that's all we need to do. I'm going to go, I don't know, Mockington, Rockaborough, Canberra, Dunsford, Myertown, Burwich, Mashfield. I just want to find something that sort of Heidelberg, Avalon. Right, let's go. That'll do. Let's crack into it.
Life can be harsh everywhere, but in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. But this wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
Okay, not a bad little intro there. Sets the scene. So as it's generating the map at the moment, we're just going to describe a couple of things. It's actually quite complex. There's a lot of data behind this game. There's lots of windows and tabs and resource information you can find as you're going along. So information is not a problem. Many of the buildings and upgrades and that are locked behind upgrade cycles in relation to upgrading your town hall, and then having to build new buildings to unlock other buildings. There's no science tree or anything else like that at this point in time. So that's what we've got. All right, so here we are. We've finished scouting the surrounding area. Survey the land your villagers have explored and choose a promising site to construct your town centre. It's important to choose a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement, things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Okay, so as you can see here, these are all the icons of all the different things that have come up here. So you've got some greens here, so that's food, some food there. Animals there, so we've got some deer and that happening in that area there. Got some food. Now there's some clay. Clay is the orange one there, you can see, just there where my cursor is now. What else have we got? Medicine. I want to find where our iron and coal is as well. Can't see any at the moment, which isn't good. There's some there. Right. There's clay. Plenty of clay there. Food, clay, clay. Food. I'm wondering if I build up. I can build up here. It just means I'm going to have to level some terrain. It's not such a bad idea anyway, because then we can... yeah, then we can... Oh, let's try this. What can go wrong? Yes, I want to place it there. All right. So I haven't done any terrain editing. So you do have the option to be able to do some terrain editing. So if I come in here, flatten terrain. Okay, so it's going to cost 6 man hours to flatten the terrain. So if I do that, that'll flatten that terrain there. Flatten that terrain there. And what we want to do is we want to have an area here so we can actually put our housing around our town hall or our city centre. Like that. Like that. Right, there we go. So it's going to tell them to do all that. So there's a pile of work there for them already. Now, it's going to build this area here. What I also want to do, so, okay, let's have a look at these are all the UI controls here. So to build, the build menu, the harvest resources, clear, manage walls, flatten terrain, create a road, and set exploration points. Here we have some tools. So send a camera on village, villager professions. So this brings up, as you can see, there's all this information. So this is the help information that comes up. And you can turn that off just by pressing the question mark. But you can tell it's got a whole pile of information here already, which is really, really handy dandy. So you can come in here and go, okay, this is the resources. This is what I've got. My personal or my community or my people doing in professions. I can look at my resources. Again, it gives you all that information. Again, turning off with a question mark. Okay. And then villager happiness. So it actually gives you the happiness. It tells you what the happiness level is for them. So at the moment we have 0% happiness because of shelter. We've got no homes for our villagers. They're all homeless. Up through here, we have just a resource bar up here, which basically tells us how many villagers are sick. So that's our health. This one here is the age brackets. So the demographics of our community. This one here is our happiness. So villager happiness. Then we have food. Now the food is based on 12 months. So 18 food doesn't mean we've only got 18 food. We've got enough food there at the moment for the number of villagers we've got for 18 months. Okay. This is our cycle, our life cycle. So at the moment we're in early spring, coming into spring. Then we have summer, fall, and then winter or autumn, and then winter. Over here we have our resource totals. So we have our logs, our firewood, our wood planks, stone, clay, brick, and gold. So obviously they're pretty important, those ones. So we'll keep an eye on those. Here we have our controls. Down the bottom left-hand side we have our controls. So we've got standard controls there for that, and that's all good. Now, looking at the map, this is the amount of work that or effort that's got to go in by the community or the builders to do this. So 625, 312, and that's how long it'll take them to do all that. At the same time, they're going to be doing the building of our site. So what we want to do first off is we want to harvest some resources. So I'm going to just go and you can select what you're going to harvest. So I'm going to harvest trees, stones, bushes, and berries. I'm going to harvest all that. I'm going to do it in a nice big block all around here. All right, so that'll just start them off. Now, The idea is later on in the game as well, we've got to build defenses and all that sort of stuff. And that's why I've decided to put us on a bit of a hill here, because that should give us a bit of a bonus. So we'll have to see how things go. Right, let's go to our build menu. So the buildings we can build are all broken up into different sections. So amenities, services, housing, storage, food production, resources, defenses, roads and fencing, and decorations. Amenities and services, that's where we start off. So that's our town centers. That's what we're building now. Okay. And all these. So as you can see, the unlock process. Okay. We need to build a saw pit and a storehouse before we can unlock the market. To unlock the graveyard, all we need is to build that. So that'll become unlocked as soon as we build our town center. Okay. Housing, same again. As soon as we build our town center, we can start building housing. And it goes on and on and on. Okay. Defenses. Okay. So that's what they've got there. Now, if you look at the cost is like the amount of manpower to build it. Then you got the amount of timber. Then you got the amount of stone. And you got the amount of gold. That's just to build it. And then you've got an ongoing cost of 5 gold a month. So you've got to be making gold. Now, you can make gold through either mining it and or establishing a market and a grocer's market, and then selling stuff off and trading stuff as well. All right, so that's it. So let's just get into the game and let's get this cracking. So we're going to put it on 2 times speed, and we should start getting this going. Housing shortage and firewood is low. So you'll see the prompts up here tells us that. So if I go housing shortage here, gives me a bit more information as well. Then I just click on it again to close it off. Firewood is low. Yep. Okay. All right. We know that. All right. So let's just see. Now, the other thing up here, it tells you the basic controls over here. So we have a couple of different overlays as well I want to talk about. So G is your desirability. So desirability is pretty important. So you want to get high desirability near your houses, and then stuff that has low desirability like factories and productions and mines and stuff like that, you want to keep them away from your housing area, because the desirability means you're going to have better workers, more workers, and all that sort of stuff. So you want to watch that. F is fertility, so that's particularly for your crops and things like that. So this land over here is very fertile and is very good for farming. This land up here, not so good for farming, okay? So that's what you want to do there. And then I think the other one was... what was the other one? GI. For water. So your water sources. Now, that gives you an indication of where your water is and how easy it is to get. So as you can see up the top of the hill, we haven't got that much water up here. Although, probably here is probably a good point to put the water. Or a well. But over here, not so good for water. Okay? So all these sort of things you need to manage as you're going along and playing the game. All right. How are we going? So we're going to need 2 more logs. You see here, you can up the amount of assigned workers as well. So like if I want to increase my assigned workers, I've now got 10 out of 12 assigned to actually doing that. The problem with doing that is I then take them away from being a labourer. Okay, so we've got all these builders and we've got not so many labourers. So we don't want to do that. So I want to decrease that back down. I'm going to put that to 6. We got that. Right, so they're just building, and as you can see, they're counting down the time now, or the amount of work that's going on to build it. Look at the detail. The detail is quite nice. Lots of detail. Can't zoom in any. I just can. There we go. Look at the detail. Okay, another great game with a lot of really nice detail, and that's what we like to see. All right, now we've got that built. So let's go and have a look. We'll just pause it and go into our menu. We've now got amenities and services. So we've now got graveyard available to us. Now you'll notice at the top, on these tooltips when we open all these up, they have a desirability in the top right hand side. So this one's neutral, so it doesn't have an effect on desirability. That one there has a positive effect on desirability, so you want to have that near your houses. Okay, town centre, same thing. I want to find one that doesn't have a high desirability, which is going to be down in the food production. So there you go. So the barn, okay, so you got a barn with animals in it, has a low desirability, so you don't want that anywhere near your housing. Okay, all right, so let's get some housing in. So as you can see here, I don't know. I don't know if it'll lower it once I place the building in. So you see the arrow is actually where it needs to be facing the road if you're going to use a road next to it. and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to leave one space. The green is the building space, and the white is just boundary. I haven't really worked out why they have so much on that, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate with tab. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 houses there. I'm going to put another one in there like that. I'm going to rotate again. So the slope there doesn't allow for that, which is fine. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do there is we'll try and put try and level that a bit. Right, we'll just see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to go. We may end up restarting and just not building on this particular site. But anyway, for now that will suffice. So that's okay. Now I'm going to build my road. So N, or just clicking the road function down there, it builds the road. Now the roads are quite good. So it'll remember where you've last left off, and you can build your road accordingly from there. Or you can then restart it and then join up and go across. Okay? All good. Right. Now a couple of things we need to do straight off the bat. Let's get this sorted. So food production is really important. So we've got a hunter's cabin, we've got a forager shack, a fishing shack, crop field, and smokehouse, all that we can start off with. So what we want to do is I want to get a hunter cabin. Now I want to find where we've got some deer or some animals of some sort, so we can go and hunt them, and relatively nearby. Some deer down there. There's some deer there. All right, so this area down here is quite productive for animals by the look of it. So we're going to turn that around. I'm going to put that in there like that. Okay. Now, there's an area of effect, as you can see by the yellow. Now, don't worry about the area effect too much, because that can change, and I'll get to that once we've built this. I then want to go and build a forager for fruit, vegetables, all that sort of stuff. As you can see, it tells you, as you're moving around, it tells you what resources are available. So if I put it there, I've got a high amount of forage resources, okay, which is good. Now, I think that will probably suffice for now, so I'm going to put that there like that. Okay. Now, we're going to build a road for both of these to connect up. So, here we go. We're going to get the road, go straight to there. I'm going to bring that, in fact, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do a straight road for that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in, connect that road to that road there. See, that connects it up nicely. Right. And then what we want to do is I want to come up, I've got a road here. I'm going to extend that out through this way. But I also want to bring that road down. I'm going to bring that down straight as best we can to there, and then we're going to join that up there. All right, there we go. Now, the reason I want to keep fairly straight roads coming out here is when I put my boundary in here, my garrison wall or a wall or fence or whatever else, I want to have nice areas that I can just put all that in. All right, so that's that done. Excellent. Right, so let's see how things are going now. We've got some timber, we've got some firewood, and we've got a bit of stone. That's all good. All right. Now, the flattening is happening. I just don't know how well it's gonna work. We'll see how things go. Right. What I might do actually is let's go in here. Amount of builders. Let's reduce that by another 1. Got 8 labourers. They recommend, the game recommends we should have at least 7 labourers. So that's what we're going to try and make sure we've got. It's not always going to happen that way, for sure. But that'll be a good start. All right, now I've got that over there. I want to put another forager in. Preferably I'd like to put another forager and another hunter in. The thing is, I am going to start very quickly. Well, that's a good position there, isn't it? I think right there is probably as good as it gets. There is a problem in the fact that we're going to have a lot of wasted food, probably. But again, we'll see how things go with that. Just want to see how things... Just flatten little areas and just see how things... There's a lot of work there for them to do, but you know what? It's okay. Housing shortage, firewood is low. Okay, yeah, we know that. This here is our original wagon, as you can see as well, and that's currently providing us with storage, as you can see here, which is fine. Right, now. Got a lot of lightning strikes happening around us. So he's cleared that area there. So this has started off nicely. So that we'll have food being collected soon. You got deer there. Okay. All right. Excellent. Now, if you wanted to as well, you can actually individually assign a harvest of a tree or whatever else. So I might want to harvest that, for instance. So I might harvest that. I may always also want to come in here and with a bird's nest, but I can't harvest that. I can only do that with forage. Whereas if I do, what one can I pick up? I don't think there was any of these we can. So yeah, but anyway, that's all good. The other thing is too, prioritization. You can prioritize buildings, for instance. So I can come here, I can prioritize this. You can also stop construction. So you can, if I deselect construction enabled, it'll stop construction. There we go. There's our first house. All right. Now, here we go. It talks about desirability. So I'm going to read this. It's going to bore you, I know, but it'll tell you about it. It's a pretty important mechanic. Desirability is a measure of how appealing an area is to live in. As such, this mechanic only impacts shelters. A high desirability is a prerequisite for shelters to upgrade to higher tiers, as higher tier homes generate tax revenue, have increased occupancy, and are required for town centre upgrades. This is very desirable. Hence why it's called desirability. When selecting a building for placement from the build UI, you can see whether it impacts desirability based on the chevrons next to its name. A green chevron means the building will have a positive effect, while a red chevron indicates a negative effect. A yellow chevron indicates that the structure has no effect on desirability. Once you're ready to place the building, moving the placement preview around the town will show the impact it will have on the desirability of nearby homes. Lowering a home's desirability too much can cause it to become abandoned, as the area is no longer fulfills the desirability required. Okay, very good. Which is what we told you before, the shorter version. Okay, so this is our shelter. So this is what comes up when we click on various different aspects of the community. It'll come up with this. So this is telling us upgrade requirements. So we upgrade requirement, we need a town centre at tier 2. We need basic well built. We need a location desirability bonus of 30%. We've currently got 8. We need 2 out of 2 food types, and we need herbs. Upgrade cost is going to cost us 5 wood planks. And the upgrade bonus gives us a larger happiness bonus from desirability and increased durability. This here gives us a visual scale of where we're at. So currently, desirability is at 8%. We need to get up here before we get to tier 2, then tier 3, then tier 4. This here is our structural integrity. So in case we need to repair, so 100%, that's okay. And health is okay at the moment. This tells us the occupants that are living in that building at the moment, and tells you what we have in storage. So we've got 3 water, some firewood, some food, and some preserves. So that's going to support that family or those members living in there. Details basic needs. So it needs more food, needs more water, and needs medicine. Okay. Now we can relocate a building. If I click the relocate button, I can then build it elsewhere. It will then deconstruct that building and move it over to here. It doesn't just move it in one go. It has to be deconstructed and then reconstructed. Okay. All right. Look at all this food over here. All these hawthorn berries. Lovely. All right. Now, what I might do, I'm going to go in here quickly. I'm going to go trees, bushes and berries, and just do that. There we go. All right. That'll just help us with our building and stuff like that. All right, so that's that going there. And there we go. There's our town centre. So current tier is tier 1. This bell here is if we're under attack, we can call a lot of our villagers into the town centre, and they'll defend themselves and fire arrows and all that sort of stuff. To upgrade the requirements, 8 shelters. We need a market built, and we need a population of 30 people. Okay, that's the next tier, tier 2. Tells us our basic needs again. Tells us our management, time management. So mostly spending time working. not worry about needs, transferring goods, or sitting idle. Okay. This also tells us our traveling time. So it tells us how much time our community is spending traveling from one place to another. Now, that may become an impact as we start to spread out later on as we continue to develop. But anyway, we'll continue on from there. All right, let's continue on. In fact, I'm going to put the time up a little bit quicker because we're running out of time in our first episode. I'm going to do probably 45-minute episodes of this, I think, because just it takes a bit of time to get stuff done. I know a lot of you don't necessarily like this on the channel, but that's okay. I like playing the game, and that's what I'm going to do. So, cherry on your boot. All right, we need to do a water well before I forget about anything else, because otherwise we're going to have real issues. Storage I need to do as well. Where's my amenities and services? Resources, water well. Right. Now, as you can see here, so this you can see the desirability. See how, or not desirability, but the water bonus. See how the houses have gone green as I move closer and as I move away. So this water well, if I place it here, will affect all these houses, which is what we want. We want that available. So I'm going to put that there like that. That'll do. Right. Back in the build menu, I also want to do a firewood splitter. Now, again, we didn't check that, did we? So firewood splitter. See, desirability is low. So we don't want to put that there. So if I put this nearby, see how it's all red? Losing 8, 11, 14% desirability. So if I move this down out of the way somewhere, then it won't have a problem, right? So I want to move that not too far away, but far enough away that's not going to affect our buildings. Now I'm going to be building more down this way. This is what I plan in this way here. So I really want to bring this down probably to there will be sufficient. So I'll put it right opposite that area there, and that's fine. Okay, so I've got those in. Food production. Let's have a look. Hunter cabin. Yep. Fishing shack. Well, we don't have any water that's visible to us at the moment, so that's fine. A crop. I don't really want to put a crop in yet. I have got fences available. So with the crops, you need to put some fences up so the wildlife doesn't come and eat all your crops. Anyway, so I'm just going to continue that on. 2 new villagers have immigrated. Firewood is low. New villager born. Right, so our population is increasing, which is good. All right. More people await to join your settlement. Amass a 4-month supply of food and 6 houses. Okay. All right, so let's get some more houses built. So housing. Whoops. Keep pressing R for rotate. There we go. Put those in there. I got that terrain flattening there. All right. So what are we doing now? Resource-wise, let's have a quick look. 11. We'll increase that a little bit. But I think they're going to help with the, they're going to help with the leveling. See? So you can see the difference in level by the rope. So hopefully this all should become the one level. Like I said, we haven't done that before, so I don't know how that's exactly going to work. But oh, there we go. That's leveled now. So does that mean I should be able to put a house in there? I can. Right. I'm going to rotate that though to there. Then that means we can put a house in there, and a house in there. We can put a house in there, and a house there. Right, there we go. Right, so we've got all these houses in. Right, I'm going to put a new road in. Now, when you put the roads and that in as well, they will actually demolish or take away the resources that it's blocked. So you don't have to worry about that. That will happen automatically as well. See, that road didn't do what I wanted to do. Bring that road out to there, and then bring it down straight through there so it doesn't do a curve, because it wants to do a nice sweeping curve through there to join up, but we don't want that. All right. Firewood's an issue. Right, so firewood's an issue. Let's prioritize that one. Coming into winter, that's why it's a priority, because we want to get these guys housed and warm. Right, let's have a look and see. Villager happiness. Your villagers enjoy a quality family life. Shelter, 100%. Your villagers are happy with their current living arrangements. Excellent. So that's fine. So our work rate's 119%, birth rate 98%, combat efficiency, yep. Food, yep. All good. Right, next thing we need to worry about is clothes, I suppose, as well. All right, that's excellent. Good start. Good, strong start. Right, here we go. Now, this is what I want to talk about very quickly. So remember I said about the hunting shack. Here we go. Work areas. I'll read this, it's easier. Some buildings have a work area in order to function. This circle defines where villagers will seek resources in the world. For example, a hunter cabin's work area defines where a hunter will go to seek out game to hunt. A fishing shack's work area defines what coastline a fisherman will fish from. By default, a work area is centered on the structure, but that is likely not the best setup. To relocate a work area, left-click the work area button and then move the cursor to the desired location. The tooltip will give you insight into the resources within the work area before you confirm placement. Setting work areas properly can help improve the efficiency of a building. Okay, right. And that's exactly what we want to talk about. So, as you can see here, we've placed it and we've got deer from there. That's all well and good, right? Happy with it. Happy days. Now, same with the shrubbery, right? We've got a good amount of shrubbery through there. But if I wanted to, I can click on this retarget, and exactly as it says, the tooltip will show me where I'm going. Now, my tooltip was centered on there, and that gave me, I think it gave me 4 things. If I come down here, look, I get even more. So I'm going to offset that to maximize that shack. And that's excellent. So we've got that. And that's how that works. And that's really good. Okay. I'm going to put 2 people in here for firewood. So we've just added another person into the firewood. So as you can see here, this tells us the breakup of labour. 7 people have arrived at your village. They have plans to immigrate. Will you accept them into your village or term? We'll accept them. Okay. Now, I need to check on housing in a second. But this tells you how you got your villagers assigned. So you've got 2 firewood splitters. We've got 11 labourers and we've got 6 builders. Okay. And that's probably okay for the moment. Happiness, let's have a look. Shelter 100% still, but I don't know if those villagers have actually arrived as yet. So that's okay. Well, right, deceased villager. Why did you die? Okay. Why did you die? That's not good. Right. Okay. So we've got to fill that back up again. I'm going to have to fill that up and that up. And we have to fill that up. Oh, that's because it's winter. They're not working because it's winter. All right. That's fine. That wasn't a good start though, was it? Having someone die straight away. Right, or are they going to work in winter? Right, no, they're getting very unhealthy there. You can see that their health was coming down. Look at them all, they're all dying. Deceased villager. Look, why are my villagers dying? Oh, man. Right, let's get out of winter. Crying out loud. All right. Needs firewood. Right. Well, all those new people we had just arrive effectively have just replaced all the people that have just died. Medicine we don't have at the moment. That's okay. All right. So what have we got? We've got 10 labourers. Okay. Got 2 for firewood. I've got 1 forager. Where's my... Okay, what it doesn't show... It doesn't show people in here. Right, he's very unhealthy. He's probably going to die in a minute too. You're very unhealthy too. Alright, let's just see how we go. Look how unhealthy they are, because they're cold, because they've got no clothes. Right. Resources. Defenses, no. I want to do... Whose resources I want. Food production is not... Storage. Right. Storage. I'm going to put a stockyard in. Stockyard. So we need to start storing stuff we're producing. I'm going to put that over here, out of the way a little bit. It needs a graveyard. Oh, we didn't do a graveyard either, did we? Amenity search, graveyard. Okay, I'm going to put my graveyard down here. There we go. I'll probably prioritise that because that needs to be done. We've got a lot of dead people hanging around. So we've got to... Look, they're all not well. Are we getting any food? Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Not a good start. Considering we're in easy mode. Maybe I've chosen a really bad place to start. Right. We got no wood. And we got no. Okay. Now let's have a look and see what else we need to do. Food production resources. Wood splitter. Yep. Housing. Yep. Storage. Yeah. Okay. Got that built. Resources, defenses, not worry about defenses. Decorations, not worry about decorations at the moment. Alright, so we got enough food for 7 months. Okay. Right, construction is prioritised. Yep, cool. Right. Hope you're off. Look at all these deer. They're all going off to build the graveyard, which is fine. You're off collecting shrubbery. Where's my hunter? Is he dead? Right, now, why isn't he going out and collecting food? He is now. Right, anyway, all good. I think we're down to 12. I'm down to 1 senior, 5 adults, 5 adolescents, and 1 infant. Man, not a good start. In my first game, I'm doing actually really well. Right, so that's okay. Let's have a look at this. 222211. Town info. 5 out of 7. We've almost got our firewood under control, which is important for keeping them warm. Villagers are concerned for the well-being of their families. Immigration rate. Okay, birth rate's dropped a bit. Okay. All right. Just got to get through this year now, and then see what we can get done. Produce coming in. You guys are busy, which is good. You're collecting meat, which is fine. Okay. All right. That's all good. Right, how are we looking in here? So we've got enough shelter for upgrade. We just need to get our market and we need to get our population up. So let's have a look at our market. Amenities and storage. The market, we need to get a saw pit and storehouse. So storehouse, we need a stockyard, which is what we're building at the moment, which is fine. And then we need a saw pit, which is this one here, and we need the stockyard. So when this stockyard here is built, we will have that available to us to build those other 2 buildings. And then we can be in a point where we're almost close to being able to upgrade to tier 2. More people dying. Everyone is dying. I'm killing everyone off. Probably more the point, these are just dead and they haven't been picked up. How are we going with this? Need stone. So we'll harvest those. Yeah, I know it needed a graveyard. That's what we're building. You leave me be. Just trying to rub it in the fact I've lost so many people. All right, you over here are doing okay, collecting food. Yep, good. All right, you are doing okay. All right, how are we doing for laborers? Oh, that's probably not helping. We haven't got enough people building. All right. You're probably really not a priority. I want to get this built first. And then we can go on to the rest of the stuff. All right, we've slowed down a fair bit, I know. This has not been a good start, but that's okay. We are going to get there. We've got plenty of firewood now. We're lacking on timber and everything else. I might just have to... get that going there like that. All right, so we've got that. We've got plenty of logs down here that have been chopped down, but they're just not collecting them. Come on, what are you doing? Get cracking. I don't want to, but I'm going to increase my time scale. Right, they're clearing that out now. It's almost cleared. That's actually been built, so that's all right. 3 new villages emigrated, thank God. Right. So we'll start storing stuff over here now. So as you can see, we can select what we want stored over here. So if we don't want to store, for instance, bricks, we can turn that off and it won't store bricks over in here. So we have that flexibility as well, which is very good. All right, but now if I go in here, I've now got a saw pit available to us. And again, you can see the desirability factor, see, going over there. So I'm going to put my saw pit. Yeah, I'm going to put it up there. Why not? Why not, he says. Right, I'm going to put a road around that. There we go. And we're going to get the road and bring that up to there like that. There we go. It's connected by road now. How's our cemetery going? In the last throes of a building, which is good. Okay, that's enough. Okay, they're getting stone from there. Clearing off from up there, which is good. There we go. It's built. So now I'm going to collect all this timber, which is really good because we had all that there. So hopefully now they'll move the dead out and then we'll be all good to go. Right, food stocks are low. Well, they shouldn't be. We've got plenty of people working on food. What have we got? 5 months worth of food. Right, I think what we need to... Oh no, he should still be okay. He's got both of these. I might put another hunter cabin in here. We'll put him right next to the other one. And get some extra meat. There you can see the gravestones. Look at this. There are gravestones in there already. 5 out of 196. So we made plenty of room to lose 200 people. All right. Okay, our water is okay. These are all okay seemingly as well. Okay, I can build my market now too, I think. Amenities and services. No, not quite. I've got to wait for that to be built, and I've got to build a storehouse. A large storage structure used to store all items. Okay. Neither of those matter to desirability, but I'm going to put them near to each other. So I'm going to put the storage there. Now this root cellar I'm going to put in as well. And I'm going to put that same place. I'll put that there. All right. So storage here is full. So he's chock-a-block full of meat. So that's why we need to get this storage up. Because this one here, the stockyard, only takes building material. The storehouse takes food and everything else. And this root cellar takes buildings, and it actually puts them underground. Therefore, the longevity of those will be longer. All right. I'm just wondering whether I should actually protect these guys from the winter. There is firewood in there. You got firewood being produced. You got firewood in there. Yeah, you got firewood. We're probably okay. I'm just where we need more firewood because that's obviously becoming a bit of an issue for us. The cold. Until we get some clothing. Although this hunter's almost ready to go. There we go. So that's good. So that means now we'll get double the amount of meat and pelts and tallow from the hunter cabins, having a second hunter cabin, which is good. So that means we can build more stuff. Now, let's have a look. Food production, nothing there has changed. We have got the smokehouse. The smokehouse dries and cures meat and fish, greatly extending how long these foods keep. So we need that definitely. And I'm going to put that down here. It makes sense to have that down here near this. So it doesn't have to be transported as far. There we go. We'll put that there like that. I'm going to put a little road. Can't put a dirt road? No, it's just going to sit there. All right. Fine. All right. So hopefully they'll start going out and grabbing a whole pile of meat from there as well. We'll get this built, and then we can start having some stuff that lasts a bit longer. And both of our storage units up here are now completed. And as you can see here, we can store usable items, food, produced materials, and raw materials. Okay. And then in this one here, it's all food. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking, I might not put the food in there. Put all the food in here. And then that way, it extends the life of it. All right. For now, anyway. We could change that later on. All right. What we've got over here, we're producing our wood planks. So we've got wood planks coming in, which is good. We just need to make sure we've got plenty of logs to support both the firewood and the wood planks. Let's have a look and see how we're doing down here now. Labour of 4. Yeah, because we've added a few more labourers, new jobs in now for new hunter We've got the sawers in there as well, so that's why that's dropped down. We didn't have any deaths, though, I don't think, in that period of winter, so that's good. So the firewood has helped. Let's see, any of these close to transitioning? They're getting closer. They're moving their way up the rankings. Right. Now the other thing we can do is we can actually put decorations in, which actually helps increase our desirability. So come in here, like this small garden. Small garden plot gives a desirability upgrade. Now you put one of them at every corner, and that would give a desirability upgrade. But by the same token, it's not going to help a wider area. Right, I want to go to amenities. Right, I can put the market in. Now, let's see, what was that? Desirability increase. Right. Can't put it there because the land's not flat. Can't put it there. And I want to get the maximum desirability. That one there is not going to be affected, but I can put it there, for instance. That's where it'll go. So it'll affect all the houses except for that one there. So if I bring up my desirability layer, like that, as you can see, desirability will start increasing a little bit as this is built. So that's what we want it to do. All right, we'll turn that off. All right, that's going to be it. We've already gone 51 minutes. That's way past what we're going to do. So hope you enjoy this video so far. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. This is the Farthest Frontier by Crate Entertainment. It's an early access game available on Steam. I think it's quite a good game. I recommend it. I don't necessarily show it off as best it possibly could. I'm not the best player of these sort of games, but hey, we give it a shot. Iron ore. Oh, there we go. There's our iron ore. So we've got iron ore, we've got clay, and we've got coal. We're laughing. Excellent. All right, very, very good. All right, but anyway, that's where we're going to leave it at this episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you did like the episode, press that like button. If you didn't press the dislike button, that's okay. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We're on the road to 5,000 subs. And also press that alarm notification icon as well so you're made aware when new videos are available on the channel. Don't forget, you can join us on Twitter, Discord, and Facebook. Details are all down below in the description. But most importantly of all, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Back here at Dark Solar Gaming and Farthest Frontier. See you later. Bye.